Well, good afternoon everyone and welcome back. It's been a bloody long time since I've made a video, so I thought I'd give you guys a nice little introduction onto what's changed on the server. First thing I want to show is we've moved the spawn area and we have completely revamped it now. Instead of being a bland stretch of concrete, it's a lovely little garden. We have signs for what goes where. We have a nice little pagoda over here, some water features. It's all very pleasant. We even added a tree. Can you believe it? Don't find these anywhere else in the game. We have the airports and other buildings and such here once everything catches up. But yes, it's a lovely little area. We also have a nice maze here, which I personally built. It's got the top covered over so nobody could cheat using the mini-map. Not that anyone would ever cheat. And that's that. So after spawn, we decided that since planes were coming in, we didn't want people to be able to fly too far out of the way, because we started getting people going 6k away after we removed our last borders and it was lagging us a bit. So what we added was spawn guard. So if I just show off that a second, I believe it was at 2,500. So if I go there, 83 above, 2495. Right, yes, I had to put in some markers so I could remember where it was on map editing. Okay, so if with spawn guard enabled you try and go outside the border, it will do absolutely nothing. Isn't that great? Right, and now that I've re-enabled the add-on and done a bit of testing, sorry about that, as you can see we've reached the edge. This is another marker I put in so I knew exactly how wide the map was when I was editing it. And from here, if you try and go over the edge, there you go. It will say you have reached the edge of this world, and it will push you back a couple of squares. So you can't get past it. I'm not sure what effect this will have on our planes when we finally add them, but it works pretty good for foot traffic at the moment. If you try and teleport to the other side, it will push you back. If you try and teleport a long way to the other side, it will throw you back to spawn. So whatever you do, there's no way around it. Right, that's spawn checked out. I just want to say we've also got some new shop add-ons working at the moment. The last one, although brilliant, did for some reason cause 1 or 2 crash events. Never figured out if it was the add-on itself or if it was conflicting with other add-ons. But every now and again when we used the shop, it would take down the server without warning, without errors, without anything. It could have been conflicting with something else. We've added a nice simple new shop add-on now that uses signs. As I will show you here, we've still got the same old Tesco store. And here we are. So these you buy in stacks of 64. I buy, that's not the name of the add-on, it's one of the codes. You can use buy, these link to chest. If you use buy, then it takes what's in the chest. But if you use I buy, it uses an infinite supply, so I can right click and it will tell me I've bought all this stuff. And I have a lovely inventory full of sand. If I right click here, it sells it for the amount on there. Now these all link to chests, like I said, but the good thing about this add-on, unlike others, is the chests don't actually need to be here with the signs. So we have a nice little vault, vault, get it right, where all of our chests are stored underneath our shop. So we don't have to worry about any of them being linked up on the surface and making a mess in our shop. And we have everything you could possibly want for sale. Again, pretty much all the same stuff we used to have, and we've still got all the all the display tiles working fine, so that's good. Those display tiles do have their own shop add-on built in, but we couldn't find a way to sell with that, so we weren't happy. And this one works perfectly. Right, the last thing I want to show off is, obviously, because we've got planes coming shortly, we have decided to once again renovate the airports. We have a pretty big airport that's being built right here by Mr. Davey. Wavy Davey. And we have our own hangars all around this place. Yes, you can get around normally, but I'm an admin, so I'm going to jump. And he's built us a terminal building, hangars, control tower, everything. It's all very exciting. Proper runways, as you can see on the mini-maps, they've got all the markings and such up here. He's really enjoying himself with this. It's his pride and joy. Don't think he does anything else. See what the view's like from the control tower once it finishes loading. Oh yeah, and the old castle's taken a bit of a backseater here. We've still got some runways to finish, a bit of filling in with dirt, but everyone has their own hangar, and because we've got a residence add-on, each one of these hangars is our own private residence. As you can see, it's a sub-residence within these residences, so only the owner can use these, which is a good little thing. Right, what this means for us also is that hopefully the primary mode of transportation is going to be planes one day, once the add-on comes in the next few days, fingers crossed, and so everyone is busy spamming out airstrips everywhere. So I can just demonstrate that. We've got our testing zone on our large flat area over here. Let's just jump over here, and just this morning another airstrip's been added to the flats, so you can fly straight here if you want to. Obviously you can land anywhere, but it's just nice to have our own airstrips. There are people spreading out to the Four Winds now, Four Winds, and adding their own little towns in the middle of nowhere with airstrips, just for the sheer joy of being able to fly there later. What we're going to do is we're going to be able to add waypoints with our mini-maps, so that people will give us their coordinates, and we'll be able to just give them where we are, basically, and they'll be able to fly there and find it quite easily. Although I think at the moment they only show up on, where is it, circular minimap. Yeah, there we go, we've got a waypoint on it now, and those ones head to the corners. But yeah, it'll still be good, and we are very much looking forward to it. Now there's just one little add-on I want to show off now that we've added before, but had errors in it, so we've waited until it's updated, and we've added it again. And this is seating. For some reason it uses an arrow to stick us here, but it works quite nicely. And here's me sat down. It's very good. Now, one thing is, it's enjoyable enough to sit here watching the sunset and everything, but to everyone else, we've lined all of the people, well, 3 or 4 people on the server up next to us, and they all look like they're hovering below the terrain. So it may look good for you sat on a seat on your own, but for everyone else it looks a bit strange. So that's something that will need to be fixed later, I hope. But at the moment it's still enjoyable. And I believe that's everything we need to show off. That's everything new on the server. Enjoy. Oh, and one last quick note before I do properly sign off. We've lost quite a few regulars because they've got bored of the game for whatever reason, so we are opening sign-ups to anyone now. You'll still have to post or message me and ask for being added to the whitelist, but we welcome all and anyone.